be seated. State, you may call your next witness.
State would call Arthur Rubart.
Mr. Rubart, if you could please come forward to the podium, raise your right hand, be ready to be sworn.
You solemnly swear to affirm your testimony you're about to give will be the complete truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
You can have a seat. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please introduce yourself to the jury and spell your first and last name for the record?
I'm Arthur David Rubart, R-U-B-A-R-T.
And Mr. Rubart, how are you employed?
I am a crime scene analyst with the Seminole County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been employed by the Seminole County Sheriff's Office?
I've been employed at the Seminole County Sheriff's Office for 6 years.
And what is your specific title?
Senior crime scene analyst.
What are your duties with the Seminole County Sheriff's Office at this time?
My duties include responding to crime scenes, to document them through photographs, notes, and diagrams, to search for items of evidence, and collect those items of evidence, and process for latent fingerprints and biological evidence, and then to generate a detailed report of my findings and testify in court as needed.
Now, what type of training and education did you receive in order to become a senior crime lab analyst with the Seminole County Sheriff's Office?
I have a bachelor's in science and forensic science degree from the University of Central Florida. I've also attended numerous 40-hour continuing education classes in topics such as shooting reconstructions, crime scene processing, homicide investigations, blood spatter documentation.
Do you have any prior analyst experience?
I was a crime scene investigator with the Orange County Sheriff's Office for 9.5 years.
Okay. And have you had continued training while employed as an analyst with the Seminole County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I have.
Now, I want to draw your attention to January 25th of 2019. Were you working on that date?
Yes, I was.
Were you asked to respond to the location of 2112 Sultan Circle in Chuliota, Florida?
Yes, I was.
Do you recall what that was in reference to?
It was in reference to a triple homicide investigation.
Now, approximately what time did you respond to that location?
I arrived on scene at 11:35 hours.
And would that be in the morning?
Yes, it would be.
All right. And was that location in Seminole County, Florida?
Yes, it was.
Once on scene, did you meet with anyone?
I met with investigator Danny Anderson and Sergeant Negri of the Major Crimes Unit, as well as my crime scene supervisor, Christine Snyder.
When you arrived on scene, did you receive an initial briefing of what was occurring?
Yes, I received a briefing outlining what information was known at that time.
And after the briefing, did you begin to conduct an investigation?
Well, I began my investigation once we obtained a search warrant at 1400 hours or 2 p.m.
After receiving the search warrant, did you conduct the investigation with anyone else?
Yes, I began my investigation alongside Supervisor Christine Snyder.
Starting with the outside of the home, did you make any observations of the home?
I observed all the windows and doors to be secured, with the exception of the one that was open by responding deputies. I observed the garage door to be opened, and I observed 2 vehicles in the garage, as well as a 3rd vehicle under a canopy that was southwest of the garage.
Did you notice any damage to any of the exterior windows?
No, none of the windows appeared to have any damage to them.
Any pry marks?
No pry marks were observed on any of the windows.
Did all the windows appear to be closed?
That is correct.
I'm showing counsel. States D through Q and states 13P for identification. Permission to approach the witness. I'm showing the witness what's been marked as states D through Q and states 13P for identification. Please look at those exhibits. Do you recognize these exhibits?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize them?
They are photographs that I took of the outside of the home.
And are these a fair and accurate depiction of what you observed on January 25th of 2019?
Yes, they are.
So we move into evidence states D through Q and 13P.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, then what's been pre-marked for identification is States Exhibit D will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 4 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit E will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 5 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit F will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 6 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit G will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 7 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit H will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 8 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit I will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 9 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit J will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 10 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit K will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 11 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit L will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 12 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit M will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 13 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit N will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 14 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit O will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 15 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit P will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 16 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit Q will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 17 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit 13P will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 18 in evidence.
I'm sorry, what was the last one, Judge?
13P is 18.
Permission to publish.
You may.
Showing the witness what's now in evidence is states D.
States 4, you mean?
Oh, sorry, states 4. Officer Rubart, can you please describe what we're looking at in this photograph?
This is the front of the home, the east side.
Now showing you states 5. What are we looking at in this photograph?
You're looking at the northeast corner of the home.
Now showing you state 6.
This is the north side of the home.
This is state 7.
This is a mid-range shot of the front door of the home on the east side.
States 8.
A closer-up shot of the front door of the home.
Now showing you states 9.
This is the one window in the east side of the home near the northeast corner.
States 10.
This is looking at the back porch area on the west side of the home.
States 11.
Another section of the west side of the home.
Now showing you States 12.
This is a window in the west side of the home.
Was this a closer up picture from States 11? of the
That is
window?
correct.
Now showing you States 13.
This is showing the southwest corner of the home and the opened garage with 2 vehicles inside.
Were these the vehicles you described earlier?
Yes, they are.
Now showing you States 14.
This is a photograph of the open garage on the south side of the home.
Now showing you States 16.
This is just a farther up back shot of the back porch area on the west side of the home.
And is this door open here? Is that the same door that Deputy Moterson and Matra used to make entry into the home?
Yes, it is.
Now showing you States 17.
That is a photograph of the door that was used by deputies to make entry into the home.
Now showing you States 18.
This is a photograph that shows the canopy where a vehicle was parked underneath in relation to the southwest corner of the home.
If we zoom up on it. Is that the vehicle parked under the canopy?
That is correct.
I'm now showing you States 15. Is this the same vehicle you described parked under the canopy?
Yes, it is.
Now, through your observations, did any of the windows appear to be unlocked?
No, all of the windows were secured.
Did you have the opportunity to count how many doors and windows were on the exterior of the home?
Yes, I did. There was a total of 27 windows on the exterior of the home and 5 doors.
With the exception of the door used to gain entry by Deputies Moterson and Matre, did you observe any doors to be open?
No, I did not.
Did you observe any broken doors?
No, I did not.
Did you observe any damaged doors or locks?
No, I did not.
And with the exception of the exterior door used to make entry, were all the other doors locked?
All the other doors were secured.
Now, after conducting your investigation of the outside of the home, did you begin your investigation of the inside of the home?
Yes, I did.
And how did you enter the home?
I entered through the door that the deputies had made entry.
And is there a diagram that would help in your description of the interior of the home to the jury?
Yes, there is.
Showing defense what's been marked as State's Composite Exhibit 6N. Permission to approach the witness.
May. You said that was 6M as in Mary?
6N is in Nancy.
Thank you.
Show the witness what's been marked as State's 6N Composite Exhibit. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And would this exhibit help in your description of the interior of the home to the jury?
Yes, it would.
Was this diagram made based off of your sketches of the home?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the inside of the interior of the home?
Yes, it is.
State would move into evidence 6N as states next.
No objection.
All right, what's been pre-marked for identification as 6N as in Nancy will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 19 in evidence.
Permission to publish states 19.
Okay.
Mr. Rubart, can you please describe the interior of the home? Or the layout?
Okay, the front door of the home is in the east side of the home right here. The foyer is located inside the front door. Doors here on the north side of the foyer lead into the master bedroom. Then a hallway here on the west side of the master bedroom leads to the master bathroom. And the door that the deputies made entry to is located in this corner here of the master bathroom. The living room is located at the end, the west end of the foyer. Stairs leading up to the second floor are on the south wall of the foyer. A doorway on the south side of the foyer leads into the office. The kitchen is south of the office through a door. An eating area is west of the kitchen and south of the living room. A small hallway at the west end of the eating area leads into a gym area. A small bathroom was located on the north side of the hallway, and a utility room with the washer and dryer were located on the south side of that hallway. And a door here in the west side of the gym, close to the northwest corner, leads into the garage.
And can you please indicate for the jury where exactly you entered into the home?
I made entry into the home through the doors located in the southwest corner of the master bathroom.
I'm now going to show you in States 19 what's titled the second floor. Can you please describe the second floor layout to the jury?
Right here in the middle is a stairway leading up from the first floor, leads into a hallway. A door on the north side of the hallway leads into a bedroom or slash office that also had a bathroom in it. Two doors here on the west side of the hallway lead to a bathroom and then leads to Grant's bedroom. And a door here on the east side of the hallway leads into Cody's bedroom. And then there are two separate closets here on the south side of the hall.
Now directing your attention on States 19 to the office area. When you went into the office, what observations did you make?
In the office, there is a L-shaped desk in the corner here, the northwest corner of the office. And sitting in the office chair of that desk is Margaret Amato.
Now showing defense. What's been marked for identification as states are HH. Permission to approach the witness? witness what's been marked as states R through HH for identification. Do you recognize these exhibits?
Yes, I recognize them.
How do you recognize them?
They are photographs that I took in the office.
And are these photographs a fair and accurate depiction of what you observed in the office on January 25th, 2019?
Yes, they are.
State movement to evidence states R through HH, the states next.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, this was pre-marked for identification as State's Exhibit R for Item D will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 20 in evidence. This was pre-marked for ID State's Exhibit S. Pre-marked for ID State's Exhibit T will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 22 in evidence. This was pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit U will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 23 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit V will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 24 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit W will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 25 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit X will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 26 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit Y will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 27 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit Z will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 28 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit AA will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 29 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit...
I'm sorry. Can you just look on one second? I don't see AA.
Well, it's actually called 2A on the sheet,
Oh, okay.
but it's
I got
marked
it. I'm sorry.
AA on the, I believe, on
understand.
there.
Okay, understood.
Is it marked 2A too? It's AA. Okay, yes. Then what's been pre-marked for ID as BB will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 30 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit CC will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 31 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit DD will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 32 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit EE will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 33 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit FF will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 34 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit GG will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 35 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit HH will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 36 in evidence.
Permission to publish?
You may.
Mr. Rubart, I'm now showing you what's in evidence as states 20. What are we looking at in this photograph?
You are looking at the west side of the office. Here is the L-shaped desk, and sitting in the desk chair is Margaret Amato.
Now showing you states 21. What are we looking at in this photograph?
Again, here is the L-shaped office desk, and in the desk chair is Margaret Amato. Here is the doorway leading into the kitchen.
Now showing you states 22 in evidence. What are we looking at in this photograph?
This is a closer view of Margaret Amato sitting at the office desk. Her head and her right hand are resting on a pull-out shelf for a keyboard for a computer.
Do you recall if the glass sitting in front of her was empty?
Yes, the glass there is empty.
Now showing you states 23 in evidence. What are we looking at in this photograph?
Another view of Margaret Amato slumped over onto the pull-out shelf for the keyboard. A cell phone is on the desk right here. Her laptop computer is sitting right here.
Now showing you states 24. What are we looking at in this photograph?
It's just a different vantage point of the victim, Margaret Amato.
Now showing you states 25. What are we looking at in this photograph?
This is showing the right side of Margaret's face on that pull-out shelf for the computer keyboard.
Now showing you states 26. What are we looking at in this photograph?
This is just showing what is to the right of victim Margaret Amato.
And now showing you states 27.
This is another photograph of that phone that was next to Margaret Amato on the desk. It's just been moved to another location on that desk, and then I photographed it.
Now showing you states 28. What are we looking at in this photograph?
This shows the left side of Margaret Amato. There's some suspected blood that is pooled on the carpet here, and there is another cell phone on the floor there below her.
We're now showing you states 29. Is this the same cell phone you indicated in states 28?
Yes, it is. It's just a closer-up view and a little more over to show the where the location of the cell phone is.
Now showing you states 30 in evidence. What are we looking at in this photograph?
In the photograph here is her laptop computer. And here at the edge of the desk is like a stand for a wireless phone. The very top corner of that has some damage to it. And then on the wall here, actually behind this bookcase here, is a suspected projectile hole.
Now showing you states 31. Is this a closer up image of what you described in states 30?
Yes, it is. It's a closer-up image of that wireless telephone base.
Now showing you states 32. What are we looking at in this photograph?
In this photograph, it is showing the opening to the foyer and the front door of the home. And you can see also in this, here is that wireless phone that belongs to that base.
And is the staircase on the other side of that wall? Now showing you states 19.
Yeah, from that photograph, it was taken in this corner, and it shows here the foyer, and the staircase would be on the other side of that wall.
Now showing you states 33 in evidence.
Here's a closer-up shot of that suspected projectile hole in the west wall of the office behind that bookcase.
Now showing you states 34 in evidence. Can you make any observations in this photograph?
In this photograph, we have the desk here. This is the north wall of the office with the staircase on the other side of this wall in the foyer. And on the ground here is one spent cartridge case.
Showing you States 35 in evidence. Is this a closer-up image of States 34?
Yes, it is, showing where the cartridge case is located on the carpet of the office.
I'm showing you States 36 in evidence. What is this a photograph of?
This photograph shows after we've cut a hole in the wall in order to collect that projectile. We had to move the bookcase a little bit, so that's what's in this photograph.
And in this photograph, there's also a Dell laptop.
That is correct.
Showing counsel what's been marked for identification as States KK. Permission to approach the witness. Showing the witness what's been marked for identification as States KK. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize this exhibit?
From the description on the bag, reading Dell laptop from downstairs.
Is this the same Dell laptop that you just described in the photographs?
Yes, it is.
And did you collect this photograph or this laptop and seen it into for digital forensics to be examined?
Actually, this laptop was transferred directly to digital forensics.
Showing counsel what's been marked for identification as States 14F and 14G. Permission to approach the witness. Yes. Showing the witness what's been marked as States 14F. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it because it's my handwriting on the package describing what's in it, the unique case number, as well as my initials on the front and on the tape sealing the package.
Is this in the same condition as when you first packaged it?
Well, there are some additional stickers that are on the package, as well as some more red evidence tape.
And inside the package, are there cartridge cases in there?
Yes, there are 4 spent cartridge cases.
And are those individually packaged?
Yes, they are.
And if you could please put it in the package. You mean this? Can you please locate the cartridge case that was located in the office that you just described?
Can I look at my notes to reference the scale number?
What is the pressure number?
Yes, it would. Want me to open up the envelope?
Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
These evidence? And what is that?
This is a spent cartridge case at marker number 1.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it due to my handwriting and my initials on the red evidence tape sealing the package.
And did you package this item?
Yes, I did.
And is it the same cartridge case that you collected from the office that you used to sell?
Yes, it is. Go ahead.
Permission to move into evidence?
What number?
It's not marked yet.
You want to read and object on our previously filed motion?
Where's it? I'm sorry, it's 2J, actually 2J.
Marked it on our list.
2J. JJ is what I have.
This is the case.
Any objection to JJ?
On our previously filed motion, Your Honor, we object.
All right, can you approach? What's been pre-marked for ID as sub JJ will be moved into evidence as 37 in evidence.
Now I'm showing 637. Could you please publish the hearing?
Put it back in here.
Now I'm showing you states 14G. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
It has my handwriting on the front of the package, as well as my initials are on the front, and my initials are on a section of red evidence tape that is sealing the envelope.
And what is this exhibit of?
4 projectiles from the home.
And contained in this package is there a projectile from the office?
Yes, there is. Yes, it is.
How do you recognize it?
I recognize it because my handwriting on the front of the envelope, as well as my initials on the red evidence tape sealing envelope.
And how did you notate that as being used projectile themselves?
I notated it with the scale letter that I had placed next to the projectile hole, which was scale A.
Is that substantially the same condition as when you were packaged?
Other than the additional red evidence tape on it, it appears to be the same condition.
It would move into evidence. The projectile, which,
2I.
22I?
2I.
Oh, 2I.
You'd object to the previously filed motion, Judge.
Commissioner, the rule of pre-mark did not provide me as states exhibit 2I will be moved to evidence as states exhibit.
And permission to publish. If I could, Your Honor, if I could put it on the deed.
You may, it's probably easier.
I'm now publishing states 38. And again, Mr. Rubart, is this the same projectile you located from the wall that's depicted in states 36?
Yes, it is.
And if I may I put the cartridge on the overhead as well? I'm now publishing again, states 37. Again, this is the shell case from the floor.
Yes, it is.
I'm showing counsel what's been marked for identification in states 14H. Permission to approach the witness. Showing the witness what's been marked in states 14H for identification. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
I recognize it because of my handwriting on the front of the package and the unique case number. My initials are also on the front, and my initials are on the red evidence tape seal in the envelope.
And what is this?
This is one swab from the head stamps of the 4 spent cartridge cases.
Did you collect any other computers from the office?
No.
Were any other computers located or electronics located in the office?
No.
Now again, showing you states 19. Moving into the kitchen. When you began your investigation in the kitchen, what observations did you make?
In the kitchen, I observed the body of Chad Amato on the floor, kind of between the eating area and the kitchen. Basically in the northeast corner of the eating area. I observed a hole to the bottom of a cabinet that was attached to the south wall of the kitchen. Then there was a corresponding hole in the south wall of the kitchen underneath the cabinet. And then I observed a spent cartridge case on the floor of the eating area on the west side.
Now showing council what's been marked as states double L through triple A for identification. Permission to approach the witness.
You may. I'm showing the witness what's been marked as states double L through triple A. Do you recognize these exhibits?
Yes, I recognize them.
And how do you recognize them?
They are photographs that I took in the kitchen area.
Are these pictures of an accurate depiction of the scene you observed on January 25th of 2019?
Yes, they are.
Permission to move states double L through triple A into evidence of states next.
No objection, Your Honor.
Was the pre-marked by D as LL will be moved into evidence of states exhibit at 38 evidence, with the pre-marked by D as states exhibit N will be moved.
39, Judge.
Oh, sorry, 39. Was the pre-marked by D as states exhibit NN will be moved into evidence of states exhibit 40 evidence. The pre-marked by D as states exhibit NN as Nancy will be moved into evidence of states exhibit 41 evidence. Was the pre-marked by D as states exhibit OO will be moved into evidence of states exhibit 42 evidence.
The pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit PP will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 43 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit QQ will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 44 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit RR will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 45 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit SS will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 46 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit TT will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 47 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit UU will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 48 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit VV will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 49 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit WW will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 50 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit XX will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 51 in evidence. It's been pre-marked for ID, State's Exhibit YY will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 52 in evidence. It's been pre-marked for ID, State's Exhibit ZZ will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 53 in evidence. It's been pre-marked for ID as State's Exhibit AAA will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 54 in evidence.
Permission to publish?
You may.
Mr. Rubart, I'm now showing you States 39 in evidence. What are we looking at in this photograph?
This is a view looking down the hallway between the gym and the eating area. To the right here, you have the washer and dryer. To the left, you have the small bathroom. Here is the body of Chad Amato. And then right here on the ground is one spent cartridge case.
And you described the vantage point of this photograph and where it was taken. Can you please indicate in States 19 from what direction that photograph would have been taken?
That would have been taken looking east down this hallway into the eating area.
Now showing you what's in evidence as States 40. What are we looking at in this photograph?
In this photograph, here is the washer and dryer. This carpeted area in the top of the photograph is of the gym. And then you're looking at a spent cartridge case on the tile floor.
And is that the same cartridge case that is depicted on the bottom of States 39?
Yes, it is.
I'm now showing you States 41 in evidence. And what are we looking at in this photograph?
We are looking at the body of Chad Amato. Here is a middle island area in the kitchen, and you have a large amount of suspected blood on the floor around the middle island. And then right here is like a lunch cooler that's on the floor.
I am now showing you States 42 in evidence. Can you please describe what we are looking at in this picture?
You're looking at a suspected projectile hole at the bottom of this cabinet that is against the south wall of the kitchen.
I'm now showing you States 43. What is this a picture of?
This is of a corresponding hole that's in the south wall of the kitchen under those kitchen cabinets from the previous picture.
Is this the hole that you described in States 42?
Well, in this photograph, you can't see that hole in the wall due to the shadow and then the piece of the wood that's hanging down here.
But it's behind that?
Yes, it is.
I'm now showing you States 44. Is this another angle of what you described previously?
Yes, it is.
I'm now showing you States 45. Is this a closer up image of States 44?
Yes, it is.
I'm now showing you States 46 in evidence. What observations do you make in this photograph?
In this photograph, you could see the feet of Chad Amato. Here is chairs that are around a table in the eating area. And then on the floor here is a spent cartridge case.
Now showing you States 47 in evidence. Is this another or closer up photograph of the spent cartridge case you described in States 46?
Yes, it is.
And can you please indicate on States 19 where that would have been located?
It would have been located on the west side of the eating area here.
I am now showing you States 48 in evidence. What is this a picture of?
This is a photograph of two chicken breasts that are in a vacuum sealed bag.
And did you make any observations of this chicken?
Yes, I observed the chicken to be defrosted.
I'm going to show you States 50 in evidence. What are we looking at in this photograph?
Here is a large amount of suspected blood on the floor of the kitchen. You see here is a cooler bag that's on the floor. And then these cabinets are those cabinets that are against the south wall of the kitchen.
And is that the same wall you described in States 42 with having the projectile?
That is correct.
I'm now showing you States 49 in evidence. What is this a photograph of?
It's a closer photograph of that cooler, lunch bag cooler that's on the floor. You can see here there's a fork still in the bag, as well as an icy bag, like a bag that you would have in the freezer that would be used to keep the items in there cool.
And to your knowledge, was that bag still frozen?
No, it was unfrozen.
I'm now showing you States 51. What is this a photograph of?
This is a photograph of a suspected gunshot wound to the back of the head of Chad Amato.
Now showing you States 52 in evidence. What is this a photograph of?
This shows Chad Amato laying on his back, and a firearm in a black nylon holster is attached to his belt.
Showing you States 53. Is this another angle of States 52?
Yes, it is.
I'm now showing you states 54. Is this another angle at 52?
Yes, it is.
Now in front of you, you have the package marked 14F for identification. Could you please locate inside that package the cartridge case that you described as being located in the eating area in states 19? Did you locate it?
Yes, I did.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it because my handwriting on the front of the envelope and the unique case number, as well as my initials on the red evidence tape seal in the envelope.
And how did you identify that as being the cartridge case located by the eating area?
I have it labeled as number 3, indicating marker number 3.
And is that package in substantially the same condition as when you packaged it?
Yes, the only difference is another red evidence tape sealing portion of the envelope.
The state would move into evidence the cartridge case. Three C.
Any objection?
Just 14F?
No, it's 3C, Triple C.
And we object to our prior ruling, Judge.
The objection will be overruled to the pre-mark for identification.
C will be moved into evidence as 55. That's what I said. Do you wish to publish? Okay.
Now publishing states 55 to the jury. And Mr. Rubart, you also have a package that contains the projectile located in the hallway area near the kitchen. I mean, projectile shell case.
It'll be 3B. It will be 3B.
Did you locate that piece of evidence?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it because my handwriting on the front of the envelope, the unique case number, as well as my initials on the red evidence tape sealing the envelope.
And how do you recognize that as being the shell case located in the hallway?
I recognize it because I labeled that shell case marker number 4, and it's number 4 on the envelope.
Okay. And is it in substantially the same condition as when you packaged and collected it for evidence?
Yes, it is, with the exception of another piece of red evidence tape on the envelope.
Permission to move 3B into evidence of state's next.
Objection on our prior motion, Judge.
Objection overruled. This will be remarked for ID as 3B will be moved into evidence as 56. Permission to publish? You may.
I'm showing you again states 53. Now, the holster located on Chad's hip, did you collect that for evidence?
Yes, I did.
Showing counsel what's been marked as states 3G for identification. Permission to approach the witness. Showing the witness what's been marked as states 3G for identification. You recognize this exhibit.
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize it?
It has my handwriting on the front of the envelope, as well as the unique case identifier, and my initials are on the red evidence tape sealing the envelope.
And is this piece of evidence in substantially the same condition as when you collected it?
Yes, it is, with the exception of a couple of stickers on it and some more red evidence tape at the end.
State would move into evidence 3G for state's next.
Object on our prior motion, Judge.
Objection will be overruled. 3G will be moved into evidence as State's Exhibit 57 in evidence.
Permission to publish. You want to hold it up? And a permission to walk the item in front of the jury. Mr. Rubart, did you observe any suspected blood on that holster that you just held up for the jury?
No suspected blood was observed on the holster.
On January 25th of 2019, did you observe any blood on the holster?
No, I did not.
And even on today's date, do you observe any blood on the holster?
No, I do not.
Now showing counsel what's been marked as 3F for identification. Permission to approach the witness. Showing you what's been marked as states 3F for identification. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
It has my handwriting on the front of the box indicating what's in it, a unique case number identifier, as well as my initials are on the evidence tape sealing the box.
And what is inside the box?
It is a Glock Model 17, 9x19 caliber semi-automatic firearm with a 10-round capacity magazine.
And is this the same firearm that you located on Chaz Amato's hip?
Yes, it is.
And is this exhibit in substantially the same condition as when you collected it?
Yes, it is, with the exception of some more additional red evidence tape.
Statement of movement to evidence states 3F, that states next.
On the grounds of our prior motion.
All right, objection overruled as to remark by release 3F will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 58 in evidence.
Judge, how would you like this published?
It can be published, but you're going to have the deputies look at it beforehand. You can either have the deputy hold it and publish it, or you can publish it in the box. Thank you, Deputy Brush.
Actually, Mr. Rubart, if you could please take a close look at, just for the record, states 58 for me.
Okay?
Do you observe any suspected blood on States 58?
No, I do not.
And on January 25th of 2019, did you observe any suspected blood on States 58?
No, I did not.
I want to move on to the projectiles. I'm showing you again States 43 in evidence. Did you locate a projectile behind the wall in States 43?
Yes, I did.
And did you collect that projectile for evidence?
Yes, I did.
How did you get the projectile out of the wall in States 43?
A hole was cut in the wall, and the projectile was collected.
And do you know where exactly in the wall the projectile was located?
I believe the projectile had actually fallen down in the wall, so the back of the cabinet had to be cut open in order to retrieve it.
And if you could, please look at 14G for identification. And if you could please locate the projectile that you located in States 43.
Okay?
Did you locate that projectile?
Yes, I did.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it because it's my handwriting on the envelope, as well as the unique case number, and my initials are on the red evidence tape seal in the envelope.
And how did you recognize it as the projectile located in the kitchen wall?
That hole was marked with scale C, and scale C is written on the envelope.
Your Honor, at this time, State would move into evidence States 3D as States next.
Objection on our previous motion.
What's been pre-marked for ID, States Exhibit 3D, will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 59, and objection is overruled.
Permission to publish. Did you locate another projectile within the kitchen?
Yes, I did.
Where did you locate it?
There was another projectile at the bottom of the kitchen island.
And I'm showing you states 41 in evidence. Is this a side view of the island that you just described that you located a projectile?
Are you able to scoot the picture over a little bit, please? Okay.
Does that help?
During our investigation, we located a suspected impact mark on the tile floor here. And then there was a corresponding hole at the bottom of the island. And then a projectile was located by us having to cut through the bottom of that island, which is like a cabinet door. We cut at the bottom of it and we located a projectile under there.
And going back to your package 14G, can you please locate the projectile that you located within the island?
I'm just gonna use this now.
Did you locate that projectile?
Yes, I did.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it by my handwriting on the front of the envelope, the unique case number, and my initials are on the red evidence tape sealing the envelope.
And how did you identify that as being the projectile found within the island?
I had marked the hole leading into the island, or the hole in the bottom of the island, as scale number 6. And so scale number 6 is written on this envelope.
And how did you retrieve the projectile from the island?
The bottom of the island was broken into, and the projectile was located there.
And is that projectile in substantially the same condition as when you packaged it for evidence?
It is, with the exception of some more red evidence tape.
The state would then move states 13E for identification into evidence as states next. 3E, I'm sorry. Not 13.
Objective to prior motion, Judge.
What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit 3E will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 60 and evidence. Objection is overruled.
And I'm going to show council what's been marked for identification as states 3S, R, and T. We're going to approach the witness. I'm showing the witness what's been marked for identification as states 5R, 5S, and 5T. Do you recognize these exhibits?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize them?
These are photographs that I had taken.
And what are they photographs of?
They are photographs of the suspected impact mark on the floor, the tile floor of the kitchen, that I marked with scale 5, and the hole at the bottom of the kitchen island that I marked with scale 6.
Permission to move states 5R, 5S, and 5T into evidence as states next.
No objection, Your
What's been pre-marked for ID as 5R will be moved into evidence as 61 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as 5S will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 62.
I'm now showing the witness, or showing the jury states 61. Mr. Rubart, what are we looking at in this photograph?
This mark here is a suspected impact mark at scale number 5. And then here is a suspected projectile hole at scale number 6 at the bottom of the kitchen island.
And is this the same floor that we just looked at in states 41 after it was cleaned up?
Yes, it is.
Now showing you state 62. What is this a photograph of?
It is a closer-up shot of the suspected impact mark on the tile floor of the kitchen at scale number 5.
And I'm now showing you state 63. What is this a photograph of?
This is a close-up shot of the suspected projectile hole at the bottom of the kitchen island that I marked with scale 6.
And is this where you located the projectile that's now been moved into evidence at state 60?
That is correct.
I'm sorry, we said publishing state 60 for the record. Now, Mr. Rubart, showing you again states 41. Can you please indicate, and comparing that with states 61, can you please indicate for the jury where markers 5 and 6 would have been located using your laser pointer?
I believe scale 5 was located underneath this area of dried suspected blood. And then scale 6 would be underneath the island, approximately here.
How far away from Chad Amato would you say scale 5 would have been?
It would have been approximately 1.5 to 2 feet.
Now, to your knowledge, was a card holder located from Chad Amato?
Yes, it was.
And did that card holder contain miscellaneous cards that belonged to Chad Amato?
Yes, it did.
Going to show counsel what's been marked for identification as 13I and 13Z. Permission to approach the witness. I'll start with 13I. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
It has my handwriting on the front of the envelope. It has a unique case identifying number, my initials, and then my initials on the red evidence tape seal in the envelope.
And what is contained in this exhibit?
A black leather card holder from Chad Amato.
And is this piece of evidence in substantially the same condition as when you collected it?
Yes, it is, with the exception of another piece of red evidence tape at the bottom.
I'm now showing you the states 13Z for identification. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
It has my handwriting on the front of the envelope, the unique case number, and my initials are on the front of the envelope and on the red evidence tape sealing the envelope.
And what is contained in this exhibit?
Miscellaneous cards from card holder, which is item AR21.
Is AR 21 what was contained in states 13I?
Yes, it is.
And is item 13Z in substantially the same condition as when you collected it?
Yes, it is.
Permission to move states 13I and 13Z into evidence of states next.
Object on the previous motion, Judge.
Objection will be overruled. What's been pre-marked for ID as states 13I will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 64 in evidence. What's been pre-marked for ID as 13Z will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 65 in evidence.
Permission to publish state 64. And Mr. Rubart, where specifically did you locate item 64?
Are you referencing the report, sir?
Referencing my case notes.
Want to ask further questions?
Would it refresh your memory to look at your case notes?
Yes, it would.
be refreshing your memory?
Let us know when you're finished.
Okay, that card holder was located in the front left pocket of Chad Amato's pants.
Permission to publish state 65 to the jury?
You may.
Were these items located in the card holder?
Yes, they were.
Located on Chad Amato?
That is correct.
And for the record, what types of cards are we looking at?
We are looking at a Florida driver's license for Chad Amato. We are looking at a PayPal business debit card for Chad Amato, a simple Visa debit card for Chad Amato, a PNC Bank debit card for Chad Amato, a Hertz card for Chad Amato, a card from HPSO, a AAA card for Chad Amato, a Southwest Airlines card for Chad Amato, and a Blue Cross and Blue Shield insurance card for Chad Amato, an emergency 24 card for Chad Amato.
Showing counsel what's been marked as states 13U for identification. Permission to approach the witness.
You may.
Showing the witness what's been marked as states 13U for identification. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
By the description of the item on the bag, as well as the case number.
And what is contained in this exhibit?
A one black belt with suspected blood from Chad Amato.
And where was this belt located?
It was located around Chad Amato's waist.
And is this item in substantially the same condition as when you collected it for evidence?
Well, I did not collect this item for evidence.
This was collected at the medical examiner's office?
That is correct.
Okay. And do you recognize this exhibit, or this piece of evidence?
Yes, I do.
Permission to move states 13U into evidence as states next.
Any objection?
I would just object to our prior motion, Judge.
All right. Objection will be overruled. What's been pre-marked for ID as States Exhibit 13U will be moved into evidence as States Exhibit 66 in evidence.
If you could please publish state 66 to the jury.
Okay.
Permission to lock states 66 in front of the jury. You may.
Judge, may we approach?
All right. May we approach?
First to jury, this is our breaking point for this evening. Again, remember, you do not talk to anybody, you do not go on the news, the internet, avoid the news, social media, everything. Just to let you know, because I didn't get to tell you as much earlier, as you may notice, it gets cool in here throughout the day. Unfortunately, we can't control the temperature. I would love to. So you may want to bring a jacket or a sweater so you're more comfortable in listening to the evidence throughout the day. Again, you can have snacks and drinks in the jury room, but usually we're going, all mornings probably start at 8:30 from now on. All right, so you all, if you could be here at 8:15, that way the deputy can take you back to the jury room, you guys get all settled, and then we can come in here and we can start up at 8:30, because that's the plan, is to start at 8:30. All right, and then otherwise we'll usually go to about 5:30 every day, unless there's for some reason, we'll try and tell you ahead of time. If there's for some reason there may be a witness from out of town and it turns out we're going to end up going a little later, that way you can make any phone calls that may be necessary. Okay? But otherwise, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Leave your notepads on your seats. Flip over, please.